Yep. What's going on? What's going on? What's going on? It's the venting hour, man. The venting hour. We gonna wait on everybody to check in. Yep. There's names on it, but we can't names in one title. So going on, Kari. One day you're gonna see your name and your company you work at, the next day you might not see it. You know, some of y'all gonna learn some names y'all never seen. You know what I mean? Some names from companies, different places, ran by different races. I was just trying to rhyme. That ain't make no sense. you know? But at the end of the day, we're all doing the same thing. If I got Core considering transfer to PFG because they bought Core. Hey, that'd be a good move. Hey, I work at Cheney. I work at Cheney. PFG bought Cheney. Hey, I can consider transferring somewhere. So that's the beauty of working for a big company with options. I think that'll be a good move, man, because like, but I thought you guys had it easy though. What it is, what's some of the things that your job entails? Some of the details, if you mind sharing. You know what I mean? If you don't mind sharing. I always see those guys at the gas stations and stuff like that. Um, doing what they do. Man, PFG, every time you turn around nowadays, like you see a company that's owned by PFG. You know what I mean? That's why, hey, their stocks is booming. Their stocks is booming, bro. Like the stocks is literally hit a all-time high today. $100.48 to be exact. But it went a little higher. But I saw the report when it hit $100.48. So, if you're a performance food employee and you plan on being there for a while, man, you got to get into the stocks program. That's one of the benefits that we got right now. Us working at Cheney, we're able to buy like the performance food stocks right now, so that's pretty good. um, the deadline has passed. I wish I would have known it was gonna jump off like that because I didn't put enough percentage in it, and we got McLean up in the building, boss man Bleak, what's popping? Yeah, I got it. Like next time when they roll around next time, the next 5 months or 6 months, bro, I'm gonna put more percentage, bro. I'm gonna put more percentage because I got a feeling that I just got a feeling that they're going to jump even more in the upcoming months. Oh, where we deliver to? We just deliver like it's just like US Food. We deliver to restaurants and stuff like that. Just like US Food and SYSCO, but we locally down here in Florida. South Carolina, North Carolina. They go up. I think they doing a little bit of Virginia too. Um, you know, we got Pepsi in the building. Shout out to Pepsi. Them guys got a whole bunch of. I'm not even gonna lie to you, man. Pepsi is spending some money, and it ain't even funny. Like Pepsi got like every time I turn around, I see a Pepsi trailer, brand spanking new, yo. Like hey, Pepsi is all about that brand. Like they're serious about that brand. Like they keep they. I notice. I don't know because I don't work there. I'm just what I'm noticing from afar. Right? They take a lot of pride in their equipment, man. They take a lot of pride in the logo. It looks like they take a lot of pride in like they want their truck and trailers always clean, bro. You know what I mean? I'm not taking no shots at Coca-Cola, but I'm just saying I'm talking about Pepsi right now. Like every time I see a Pepsi tractor, you know what I mean? Like the Coke guys, they got a couple of them got some new tractors, but I see a lot of Coca-Cola guys driving those vintage tractors, man. It's crazy. Oh, you got a 2024 trailer? Oh, you moved to South Carolina. How is it in South Carolina? Did you transfer? Did you transfer with Pepsi? What part of South Carolina you moved to anyways? I ain't even gonna lie to you. You did like I'm not even gonna lie to you, bro. Like I don't know why you moved, but I just wanna say, man, like looking at it at the whole picture, you and your family probably did the right thing because Florida is so expensive, man. So whatever the reasons it was for you moving, it probably was the right choice because I could move, I would move too, yo. This place is so expensive. Uh, Home insurance steady going up, taxes steady going up. All these things is going up except for the salary. You know what I mean? And if you do work at a job and you make a little bit of money, you got people. You got people like. Let me not. Let me not go there. You got lazy boy chucking in the building. What's going on? Oh, ain't nothing wrong with that LTL. See, the thing is, once you get used to doing something, like you're not gonna want like. Let me tell. Let me just explain to this to all the guys out there that's doing trucking that don't do touch freight. Once you get used to not touching freight, man, you're not gonna want to touch freight. This is a different type of beast, yo. You know what I mean? Like your mind got to be fully committed. Your body got to be fully committed. You got to wake up like like sometimes you wake up like doing LTL, and you wake up sometimes doing over the road trucking, and you're just not 100% into it. When you do food service, bro, you got to snap out of it. You got to get into it. You know what I mean, so I definitely understand how you feel, man. Oh, you moving to Minnesota? What's going on in Minnesota? What it's like up there? How's the job scene up there in Minnesota? Hey, you know what's so funny about Florida? So many people moving to Florida, right? But so many people that live here is moving away. You know what I mean? And like you seeing a shift in the demographics. You know, a lot of people they moved down here, they had a little money, they bought a whole bunch of house cash or whatever. And bro, the housing market down here just went insane. You know, and you know, for the average person down here, they just can't afford it. It's just not affordable no more, man. You know what I mean? It's just not affordable. You know, bro, a $3,000 mortgage that just sounds ridiculous, yo. You know what I mean? Oh, y'all at $37 an hour? Hey, that's not bad. That is not bad, man. Oh, you did it. Hey, once you do that bulk ride will get you lazy, man. Hey, I don't know if you see those bulk drivers, man. Like, bro, just like shout out to the bulk drivers, man. All I gotta say, reading between the lines, like some of y'all should just, hey, put it like this: when you start doing easy work like that, you gotta start hitting the gym hard. You know what I mean? Because that's all you gotta hit the gym, yo. You know? Yep. Well, what is like up there in where you say you live in Gainesville? Is that what major city? I've been to Gainesville, man. I'm trying to remember the city I've been to that was close to Gainesville. Don't tell me. I think it was like Bamberg, or something like that. Bamberg or Orangeburg. I've been to Orangeburg. Yeah. We say between Atlanta and Charlotte. Are you going to Texas? Bro, Texas, a lot of people moving to Texas also. We got a lot of people moving to Texas. You know what I mean? I'm gonna be honest with you. That's not a bad move. I got a friend, he's moved to New Katy, Texas. Uh a matter of fact, he already got the house there. I seen a picture of the house. Man, his house is different level, yo. And those houses in Texas, I don't know, man. It just it's just something about them Texas houses. They just look beautiful, man. You know what I mean? Beautiful. And one thing I like about certain areas in Texas, not every area, certain areas, I like the amount of space you get, you know, for your yard, for your land or whatever. You know, like in Florida, man, you buy a house in the city, like they ram a whole bunch of houses next to each other. What about the communities? These community houses, man, they try to fit like a million houses next to each other, yo. It's crazy. And then as soon as you come out your backyard and you open your sliding glass door, you're hitting the fence and you seeing the neighbors. I like communities though, man. I just like the rules and the regulations, you know, that they set. for everybody to like keep their house in order, keep their lawn in order, stuff like that. No crazy mechanics in front of your house and doing a whole bunch of like, you can't have nobody swapping out no engine in the driveway and painting their cars and all type of craziness. You know what I mean? It's like I like that. Like I don't live in a community, bro. Let me tell you what I go through. Like you guys gotta like. Okay, I'm gonna give you a real description of I'm gonna drive down the street. I'm gonna give you an understanding of what it's like not to live in a community, right? Okay, I'm just gonna give you a color of these houses, right? So right now I got a I'm gonna just tell you the weird looking houses, right? I got a crazy brown looking color. I got an orange house, right? Uh, what else? What else? Okay, these houses looking fine. Okay, ain't no purple houses. Okay, no purple houses. Hey, you always find somebody, man. In these neighborhoods, you always find somebody with like. It's always that one person with the weirdest color to their house, bro. And don't get me wrong, they pay a lot of money for it. They can do what they want, but man, oh man, some people don't have any taste. Like, I'm not even gonna lie to you. Like my street, like it's all right. Everybody keep their house nice. Landscaping is good. Uh, everybody got, well, not everybody, but a lot of people got palm trees, except for me. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know why I don't got no palm trees yet. I guess I'm trying not to be like, I'm not trying to get the same tree that everybody have. Everybody got the same old type of palm trees in their front yard, Christmas palm. Just the regular old stuff, man. You know? Well, let me stop lying. I do got a Christmas palm in the front of my house, but it's like all the way up close to the door. So that kind of like don't count, even though it really do count because it's still in the front, but not where I really want it to be, you know? But I ain't gonna lie to you, like when it comes to stuff like that, like I already got this company that I just need the money. I already got a company that they're gonna do a whole design. I like landscaping, right? So they're gonna do a whole design with the trees and everything. It's gonna be good, man. 'Cause I'm into stuff like that, man. You know. Shout out to everybody, man, that work hard and you gotta live your life, man. You work hard. You gotta like cherish the things that you got. Appreciate the things that you work hard for. Because at the end of the day, you know, hey, when we're gone, it's not coming with us, so we might as well cherish it now. You know what I mean? Oh yeah, people always eating and drinking in Florida. Always eating and drinking in Florida. I think the food business is the number one, and it's gonna continue to be the number one business in Florida. You know what I mean? Always gonna be the number one business. You know, people gotta eat. People got to eat. Mhm. Shout out to everybody that's checking in. Money. Money. Come here for a second. Injury free. Man, I just don't talk about my injuries. But thank God, nothing been serious. But like talking about that, man, one of the major reasons, one of the most important reasons is just like you know how they say like you gotta like know how to lift and you gotta bend your knees and bend and stuff like you gotta bend your knees, straighten up your back and all of that. Don't reach, don't do twists and turns and all of that. Bro, they are so right, bro. I mean it's not open. I remember when I just like I used to watch the videos and I see used to see the guys like picking things up looking corny. And just back in the days, I used to like laugh and be like, what they doing? They look corny, you know? But trust me, it all makes sense, yo, because yo, one day I was reaching for something. Close the door. One day I was reaching for something and I made a turn. Bro, the simplest thing can put you out for months, weeks. The simplest moves, the simplest twists and turns. You can pick up, let me tell you, you can pick up an 80-pound meat, right? All day, all night. You can turn around and pick up toilet paper and you can be like out of food service forever. Trust me. All right. What's going on, Lou? I'm gonna ask you this question. I'm gonna ask all the food service drivers this question, right? All the veterans. I'm gonna ask you all this question. Anybody ever lift a case in food service? You anticipated for the case to be heavy, but when you grabbed it, it was light. But the way you grabbed it, with the force that you grabbed it with, you could have easily bust your ass. Come on, come on. If that ain't happened to you yet, trust me, it's gonna get you one day. You know, it's gonna get you. Trust me, it's gonna get y'all, man. You know what I mean? That happened to me like a few times. You know, but like when it comes to like lifting heavy items, and the heaviest items that we got in the day shift, food service day shift, heaviest items that we have, it's pretty much the those beefs, those heavy meats, steaks and stuff like that, right? Get up to 80 pounds, 87 pounds. I never recall lifting a 90-pound box, but the most I recall lifting is like 87 pounds, right? And I can lift those all days with no problem because I'm just using proper form and proper technique. You know, proper form and proper technique, and you'll be all right. Don't don't cheat. Don't cheat the game when it comes to lifting heavy stuff. Don't be in a rush. You know, and you got you got to always try to make it back to work the next day. You got to always remember that your family is depending on you. Your family's counting on you to make it home, man. You know, so You guys gotta like in food service. I think everybody should eat right and stretch. This one of the things like this is one of the things that's really underrated, right? Stretch. No, the show with a detective. No, I'm watching right now, Lou. I'm watching a show called Sneaky Pete. I think it's called Sneaky Pete or something like that. Which one with the detective? If it's the one with the detective, you talking about the one with the talking about family business, not family business, right? But right now I'm watching Sneaky Pete, which is kind of funny. With a guy like he pretty much it came out in it looked like it came out in 2022. Oh, where the girl man, I started to watch that, but yeah, on Tame, I couldn't watch that no more, bro. Uh, that guy was like, he was too cocky, bro. And I'm like, I was trying to get into it, but then like, I couldn't get into it, man. You know, like, did you find out like if it was somebody chasing the girl or something like that? I think I got all the way up until the point. I even got to the point where he called his ex-wife, I guess, while she was laying next to her husband, and it's just crazy. Oh, they found a person? Oh, so it was a person. Yeah, that guy was too cocky, man. Yeah, but right now I think I'm like I'm watching this new movie right now. Like I think I'm like four episodes in. I think it's called Sneaky Pete or something like that. It's supposed to be a con man. He was in jail. The guy was in jail with this guy. He was in jail with this guy named Pete. And I guess they resemble each other. And they was in the same cell for 3 years, and every single day his roommate, I mean his cellmate, would tell him everything about him. And he ended up studying that guy to the T and learning that he haven't seen his grandparents in over 20 years. And I haven't seen him in over 20 years and ain't see that side of the family in over 20 years. So basically, the guy was listening and taking notes and stuff like that. And the guy, not Pete, but the other guy, he was coming out of jail, and his brother, they was in some type of mess, right? Basically, his brother told him that he can't come back here right now because they owe some people $100,000 or whatever. So he literally like went to that dude's grandparents' house pretending like he was that dude, and they bought it. So far, I'm like 4 episodes in, so that's what I'm watching right now. You know what I mean? And yeah, it's kind of funny. It's kind of funny. It's kind of funny, and at the same time, I can't believe like people are so delusional to buy that. They're literally buying that as their grandson. So that's where I'm at. You know what I mean? That's where I'm at, man. Shout out to everybody in here. Got 4 people up in here, man. Shout out to all the McLean drivers, SYGMA, USFOODS, Benny Keith. I think I heard Benny Keith was building a warehouse somewhere up there in Gainesville, right? Something like that. Anybody heard that? But either way, that'd be a good move, you know? Definitely be a good move, man, because the more company that come, the better it's gonna be. You know, the more company, the better, man. Because like one thing about food service, man, like when you're in an area where you're limited on options, then most of the time you gotta settle. You know, the worst thing to do in life is settle, man. You know, that's like being really hungry, looking for a Chick-fil-A, but you just gotta end up going to McDonald's. You're settling. You know what I mean? That's just like that's just like me. Like, let's just say I want to go to a Tampa Bay Buccaneers game, but I can't get no tickets. Then I gotta go watch the Dolphins. That's just settling. You know what I mean? That's just like me being in Texas, being in Dallas, and I want something to do, but I can't find nothing to do. So I just end up going to a Dallas Cowboys game. That's really settling. That's really awful, to be honest with you. Think about it. That's kind of sad. You know what? I take that back. I ain't doing that to myself. You know? Yeah, but basically, guys, don't. If you're in an area where you don't have to settle, don't settle, man. You know, it's not like some of us where we just scattered through Florida. We don't live in none of the major cities. You know, the major cities is like Orlando, Miami, Fort Lauderdale, um, Jacksonville, Tampa. You know, Tallahassee's supposed to be the capital. That's not a major city when it comes to trucking. You know, it's a lot of owner operators up there, but they don't really have that many options when it comes to like food service. They got drop yards and stuff like that, but other than that, sometimes I wonder, capital of Florida, Tallahassee? Yeah. But yeah, don't settle, guys. Do not settle. But tomorrow, Thursday, man, usually a busier day in food service, not as busy as Monday and Friday, but it's a real steady day. It's supposed to be kind of slow right now down here in in this part of Florida because all the tourists, no, is not really all the snowbirds is not here right now, right? So it's supposed to be kind of slow. It's going to get really slow next month when school starts back. August and September is literally the slowest months in food service. So all the drivers out there, if you got somebody in your house that's just sitting on the couch, don't want to work, now's the time to tell them to get a job because if you started food service, you started food service. A lot of y'all started food service like November and December, right? And I'm talking about street accounts. Like for the chain accounts, it's a little different. Those guys are like kind of more steady than we are, right? But a lot of guys started food service in November and December, right? So they came in when it was busy. Everything was hot, making money every single week. South Florida food service drivers, you got to prepare yourself, man, for August and September. It's going to be the slowest months of food service. Slowest. I mean, and this combination of a few things, back to school, stuff like that. Nobody really focused on going out to eat like that, you know. Well, then again, when you think about it, the chain guys continue is going to continue to be busy because when I say nobody's focused on going out to eat, I mean like to the major restaurants. Like, people still going to be going to like McDonald's and Chick-fil-A and Chipotle and all of that. But like when it comes to like going to the restaurants, nobody don't really got time for that. So August and September, it really gets really slow. So if you new to food service, you got to prepare yourself for that. You know, it's gonna be a learning curve for a lot of guys. I did a video about this, I think a couple of years ago, and I even talk about the slow season of food service. And one of the things that you guys can do to mentally prepare is whenever you are making money in food service, whenever it's busy, you can go ahead and pay your toughest bills, your highest bills. You can try to pay it ahead, by a month or two, and try to get you a cushion, man. Make sure you have enough savings, stuff like that. We don't gotta tell you that, but a lot of people they start doing this, they start making money, and the first thing they think about is spending money. There's nothing wrong with that. You work hard for it, but it's good if you can save some too. You know what I mean? Trust me, you're gonna need it. Check my Wi-Fi, man. People coming in and out. Hold on, y'all. Yep. That's what it's all about, man. We've been on here 37 minutes and counting. Yeah, we're gonna start going live again, man. More often than I used to, you know? Like sometimes when you guys don't see me do this, it's just that sometimes I just don't be feeling it sometimes, man. Like when I was at US Food, man, I used to pump out a lot of videos and stuff like that because, you know, I had a little system set up at US Food. And even though like it's weird, yo, because when I was at US Food, I used to get more cases, right? Kind of like the same cases, but I was able to do my work a lot quicker, a lot faster. I was more efficient. And I think the number one reason for that is just the way that, okay, so let me tell you one thing about US Food and SYSCO. They got this thing where they do your first stop for the day, they literally put everything in the back for you. Right? So they'll put your freezer, your cooler, and your dry for the first stop. Sometimes they'll even do two stops, right? Efficiency, man. Like, sometimes I wish we can do that, but we don't. I mean, but either way, you guys over here, they do a good job, man. You know, they do the best they could. But it was real efficient. I used to run through my route, man. You know, definitely used to run through my route, especially when I did US Food chain account. When I did chain account, bro, it was on and popping, man. Like I used to go to work like 11 at nights. Sometimes I used to get done at 9 in the morning or 10 in the morning. It was really easy, man. Chain account is easy to me. Like if there's any drivers out there that's considering between street account and chain account, if you got a chance to go to chain, I would pick chain. You know what I mean? I definitely pick chain over street account. Street account, we just go through too much, man. We go through too much. It's too much elements. when it comes, we're dealing with too much people, man. Ain't nothing wrong with that, but sometimes you just get tired of that, man. Everybody hates the driver in street accounts, man. You know, just like that show they had called "Everybody Hates Chris." Everybody hates the delivery driver, man. They blame us for this. They blame us for that. You know, they blame us for being early. Oh, you're too early. They blame us for being late. Oh, you're too late. They blame us for being fast. They blame us for being slow. You know what I mean? They blame the drivers for so much stuff. And sometimes they just run out of stuff to blame us for. You know what I mean? Sometimes we come back, our trailer is empty. They blame us for having an empty trailer. Like, they confuse us, man. Like, what do you mean? You know? It's like some of the times, like, you come back. Let me leave that alone. But it's just like, as a driver in food service, you just gotta have the mentality to know that every day is a new day, and every day is gonna be a fight. You know, every day is not gonna be the same. And one advice I can give you guys out there, like, don't skip the process, man. And don't ever let a supervisor rush you out the yard. Like, do your pre-trip, do your post-trip. And I say this on a lot of videos, man. Don't be taking out no faulty equipment. Because, like, DOT pull you over, you're the one getting the ticket. Nobody else is getting that ticket. Like, DOT don't want to hear you talking about your supervisor tell you to take that out. You know, Brooklyn, what's going on? You know what I mean? What's going on with y'all PFG drivers up there in North Carolina? Hey, have you been to you seen that new Cheney warehouse that they building in I don't know if you probably don't go to South Carolina, do you? That's probably too far for y'all. But you know, heard about that warehouse that they building up there, you know? Florence, South Carolina. That's where it's at, right? Florence. I wonder what it's like living around in Florence, man. You know? I know one thing, it gotta be better than living in Florida. Florida's so expensive, man. Okay, so you say, okay, so they're that's gonna be your home warehouse, they're just gonna shuttle it to you. Since it's a new house, right? Since it's gonna be a new house, do you think PFG is gonna take over the house? Or you think the house is gonna stay a Cheney house? And for all the new food service drivers that's listening, when you hear food service drivers talking about house, we're basically referring to a warehouse, you know? So I know sometimes it sounds weird, but that's what we mean. I was gonna stay at Cheney house, okay. I heard, man, I heard well, I don't know about you guys up there, but I heard that PFG is gonna be giving us Roma. We're gonna be doing well, I don't think they're gonna be giving it to you guys because PFG presence is really big up there, but down here they're gonna be consolidating the Roma. We're gonna start delivering the Roma product. So that's gonna make our pizza accounts is gonna make it a little bit bigger. Like instead of delivering 20 cases, we're probably gonna end up delivering like 50, 60 cases now, you know. Um and that makes sense because like it's a lot of key drops, man, that you see us, you see PFG and stuff like that, you know. I'll be honest with you, like, I mean, when they bought the company, like they said, "Hey, we gonna still be competing." I'm like, okay, I guess, but you got PFG coming from Orlando delivering to South Florida. Then you got the PFG coming from Miami. They delivering down here, you know. And then you got Cheney delivering down here. But one thing I noticed about PFG, they got a lot of their own product. So do we. We got a lot of our own products too. And I know the salespeople, they try to push the in-house products because I'm pretty sure that if you work for a company, you sell their products, the more money you're gonna make. I would think that would make sense, right? Than selling outside products. So and a lot of customers they like our products, man. A lot of customers like our products. Be honest with you, man. Like I don't really hear customers complain about like. I only heard like one customer complain about like the quality of a certain type of product that US Food had before. But other than that, man, like customers don't really have no problems with these products that these food service companies got. The only problems they got is when it comes to pricing, like when they compare stuff like that. That some customers they go for price and some customers go for quality. And you got some customers they just shopping everybody like every day. They trying to see who's on sale and for me it don't matter to me. I don't like at the end of the day, like it don't matter to me, you know. But I would have rather have the case at a customer. I would rather have the cases over US Food or Cisco and stuff like that. So, sometimes I be there with the customers, I make sure I deliver early. I make sure I deliver all my big customers early. I'll be rolling up in there, I'll be like, oh, where US Food at? They not here? They'll be like, nah. I'm like, you see? You might as well go ahead and order all the products with us. That's how you secure extra cases, man. But we can only do what we can do. We can't control the prices. Like sometimes we want more cases, but customers just cannot buy at a time. No. Uh, what's going on, man? Tell me something that I don't know, bro. Have you guys? And I heard a rumor that we're getting PFG paid. You heard something like that? Bro, we ain't get a raise in forever. Oh, you think we would get a raise before you guys? Man, nah, we ain't get a raise. We ain't get a raise in a while, bro. We only get that yearly increase. But other than that, that's just to me, that's just a case pay increase. That's not a raise. You know what I mean? Like definitely need a raise. I ain't even gonna lie to you. You know what I mean? Like every day, like people talk about this, they talk about that, they talk about camera, they talk about the tires, they talk about the cones, you know. When we bring up raise, everybody quiet. Pause. Crickets. You know what I mean? Crickets, man. Yeah, we gonna need that raise soon. I know one thing, man. When I get a raise, I'll be straight. But everybody be straight when they get a raise. Yeah, I hope when we get a raise, we get like a couple cents more on the case pay. What kind? You guys get paid a little different, so I don't even think case pay matters to you guys up there. But I'm hoping that we get like a 4 cents increase on the case pay. We need an increase on the mileage pay. Take a little increase on the stop pay. Overall increase on everything, man. Like one thing I can proudly say that I know this for sure. Cheney brothers, like the guys in Cheney down here in South Florida, right? They pay good, man. When it comes to the components, they do pay good, right? Now, a lot of guys do complain because I'm gonna tell you the problem, right? A lot of guys do complain because they come in and man, I'm trying to find the nicest way to say this, but they come in and they just want to skip the line, right? Like sometimes you gotta like be patient. A lot of people don't have the ability to be patient, and I understand that because they got bills. They gotta do what they gotta do. But if you come in and you trust in the system, like whenever you do get that, when you land on that route, like trust me, once you get on a pretty decent route, you are gonna make money. But I'm gonna tell you right now, with Cheney, with the current Cheney, the way it's going right now, one of the major issue is, bro, ain't nobody leaving, bro. Nobody leaving Cheney. Like the drivers that got the good routes is not leaving, and don't let that be a discouragement. Still apply because we're steady getting new accounts, steady getting new stuff, and we steady gonna be growing. But you know, it could be a bad thing in your ear, but you should take it as a good thing because you should take it as, you know what, I'm coming to a company where people are not leaving like that no more. You know what I mean? People are staying. You know, people is really staying, man. So, and we do got a lot of stuff coming up that I can't talk about. No reason I can't talk about because I don't know about it, but I just heard we got a lot of stuff coming up, and I believe them too because you know, bro, we're literally PFG now, so you know PFG got a lot of stuff, man. PFG got a lot of capital to do what they do, so you know, bro, they gonna give us some stuff. They gonna make some stuff shake. You know, they gonna make some stuff happen. They gonna have us doing a couple chain accounts in a few months, a few weeks coming up, man. Got to, you know, like PLG, they not gonna let us down, man. They gonna get some customers, man, because we got the manpower to get it done. We got the ability, you know. We professionals. We go out there, customer service. What's going on, Brad? Clean in the building. Customer service. We got a good attitude, stuff like that. You know, all we need is some accounts. You know, I heard a rumor that you always hearing rumors in food service, but I heard a rumor that we're getting schools because US Food they lost some schools and the Martin County and the St. Lucie County and stuff like that. US Food always losing stuff, man. Shout out to US Foods, but you know they dropped Broward and Dade County schools, and I think that was kind of crazy. I think they thought it was gonna be a force in the street accounts, but it ain't no joke in the street accounts, man. Like it's a doggy dog world. You see a lot of customers up here don't like PFG. They've been dropping us. Really? And US Food Law Subway up there. Yeah, I haven't like customers. We haven't had that problem down here. We haven't had that problems down here. People just want their food, man. People want their food, and they want it early. You know, all people care about is their food. Man, my route just came. Tell you what my route looked like. Got 18 stops, 680 cases. I'll take that in the slow seasons. I'll take that. You know, I'll definitely take that because you got some drivers, man, right now. Like they wish they can go out with over 400 cases because it's slow. You know, some drivers barely going out with 300 cases. You know, for us down here, that's not a good thing. But you know, if you was up there in the Carolinas where you got high priority pay, like you'll be all right. Right? Hey, have you ever done like? Do you guys have any of those Subway accounts up there? I never did a Subway. I did the Ale House one time. I did I did Hooters, I think, once, but I brought like a couple cases there. I did Moe's before, and I did Five Guys before. Those are the only Cheney brother chains that I did before. Never did the Popeyes. Um, Never did the Popeyes, and I'm hoping to do the new one that they got coming up. Hold up, y'all lost Hooters up there? That's crazy. Is the Hooters big in the Carolinas? Is that a big account? Yeah, one thing about these sports bar, back in the days it used to be like real good accounts. They're pretty decent accounts. But nowadays they face a lot of competition, man. Especially you go in those little small cities, like a lot of people like going to their local neighborhood sports bar, whatever that may be. So a lot of these big chains, like that's the only issue they face, you know, when it comes to like Hooters and Ale House and chain accounts like that, you know. I don't even know if Ale House is national. I really don't know. But I just know that we do them in Florida though, you know. But don't worry, man, we gonna be We're gonna be getting some accounts. Oh, you going around the? Oh, you just going right around Mount Rushmore area? How many days is that route? Three or 4 days a week. Well, 100 cases, 950 miles. That's a lot of miles. But it's basically like a driving route. Man, you can do all that in 2 days. That's a lot of ground to cover in 2 days. Throwing 1,200 cases. You gotta average what, 400 and 20. uh, Let me not even try to do the math. I think it's like four. I ain't gonna do the math right now. Yeah, I was thinking that sounds like more like a 3 day route, you know? Like two to work and one to drive back. Two to work and one to drive back. Are you pushing 800 cases with 300 miles? Yeah, that sounds like, huh? No, that was for y'all. Yeah, that sounds like bro, that's a big money route right there. How many days a week you go out Brooklyn? See, I don't mind throwing cases, but bro, when you talking about driving like hundreds and hundreds of miles, after I'm finished throwing the last cases, man, I'm gonna want to go to sleep, man. Bro, I'm looking for the closest hotel. My truck got a sleeper, you know. That's what I'm gonna be looking for. Shout out to all y'all, man, that can cover all those miles and still throw cases. You know, that's and anybody that's listening, man, or watching this, bro, these are like some of the top paying routes that these guys are describing. If you guys ever heard of like drivers and food service making like 150 a year and 160, like these are like the routes that does that, like 850 miles, 1,100 cases, and you got somebody that's constantly doing 300 miles a day with 800 cases. That's like the top echelon of the component, because when you think about a component, like you literally like getting like you're literally getting like over 200 miles, $200, $300 a week just on fuel, just on off of on the miles. that you driven over $300, $300. So you're making a lot of money just off the miles. And then they got to pay you for the case. Then you're hourly. Then you're hourly, and you're doing a lot of hours too. So you know, yeah, those guys, these guys, literally getting paid. These what big paying routes look like that these guys are describing right here. So like when you guys see me post those paychecks, man, like now you can stop asking what company it is. Like these guys are literally telling you the blueprint how to make money in food service. You know, but these routes sound like some big money routes, man. I'm not even gonna lie to you. Hey, what's some of the tips? What's some of the tips you guys use, or some of the advice you guys can give to anybody that's doing all those miles and still throwing cases? Like, what keeps you guys up? What keeps you guys going? Like, do you listen to music? Do you listen to like positivity? Like, do you listen to like, are you guys watching Netflix while you driving? That's a joke. You ain't supposed to do that. Like, what keeps you guys going though down the road? Like all those miles, knowing that once you stop the truck, you gotta start throwing cases. Like, what's your motivation? What motivates y'all? Put it like that. What the heck motivates y'all, man, to do all those miles, get out of the truck, and still throw cases? Because it just takes a different type of animal to do those type of routes. We got a handful of guys right now that I know cannot do that. You know, we got a handful of guys that I know can't do that. A lot of people can't do that, bro. I might not want to do that. Or you say, listen to your podcast, stay on the road and focus. Okay. Hey, that's the way to go, man. That's the way to do it. We got 5 people in the building, man. Shout out to everybody. Shout out to everybody that just got hired. Shout out to everybody that's tired. Shout out to everybody that's literally wired. But you know what? You shouldn't be getting wired on a Wednesday night if you got to go to work on a Thursday morning. It's not a good idea. You know. Hey, let me say this, man. Let me just say this, right? I'm gonna put this out there. I ain't gonna put that out there. But I'm gonna just say, man, drivers, do what you got to do when you're on that road, man. Because You could be driving down the road and something can happen. And if something bad happen, you're going to be getting a drug test. And if something bad happen, you don't want to fail that test. That's all I got to tell you. So do what you got to do, man. You know, because it's a lot of drivers out there. They gotta bro. I'll keep it real, man. There's a lot of drivers out there. They gotta hit the weed. They gotta smoke their reefer. You know, they gotta There's a lot of drivers out there. They're on coke. They're on cocaine. They're taking all type of stuff they think is good for their brain. Popping all type of pills. Doing all type of thrills. Yo, somebody gonna end up getting killed. You know what I mean? If you got to do all that to stay up, man, like this ain't the job for you, man. You know, like try other things, man. Like try listening to some positive words, positive messages, stuff like that. Keep your brain focused. They literally got mood. They literally got music to like good for your mind, good for your brain. Like keep you like to maintain and stuff like that, man. Like I'm just saying, like don't mix drugs with truck driving, man. It don't pay off, And I know some of you guys are like, what are you talking about? Like, no truck drivers take drugs. Okay. You better wake up. You know what I mean? And we all got people out there we know that's doing something crazy. Don't be like, don't be scared to talk to them, man, and let them know, like, yo, you ain't gonna get too far popping those pills or whatever you're doing. Because if something happen out there on the road, and you get ran to they saying you do a drug test, yo, you could easily get charged for manslaughter, stuff like that. You know what I mean? So y'all better know what y'all doing out there, man. You know what I mean? You don't want to end up losing your license. You don't want to end up in prison. You don't want to even end up losing your job over a failed drug test. I think it's embarrassing that if you make all this money and you get a random drug test and you fail it, you know, just because you wanted to hit some weed, you know? Like we all know, like we all know like how it is or how it was, but now it's not, right? That went over a lot of y'all heads, right? We all know how it is and how it was, but now it's not. Now is not the time. Like you guys got to be responsible. You guys got, especially if you got kids. Like these kids eat so much. Like they eat so much. Like they eat cereal. Like you buy a box of cereal, you turn around, that cereal gone, yo. What's wrong? Huh?
What's the topic today?
You know what I mean? So y'all do the right thing, man. And I know this is gonna reach some drivers out there, and it's probably gonna be one or two that listen. I know probably somebody gonna play this on the replay, and you probably needed to hear that message. You know, I know, I know somebody on pretty sure the bicycle. Nah, not yet. Hey, I know somebody out there right now driving to the store. They were gonna get, they were gonna get a What y'all rap with nowadays? What y'all rap with? What y'all rap with, man? Whatever y'all rap with. Hey, Brad, what they rap? What they rapping the weed with? Whatever it is, man. I know somebody's driving to the store right now to get them a rap to put the reefer in, and when this message hit them, they gonna be like, "Oh snap!" He might be talking to me. Yeah, I'm talking to you, man. Put the weed down, man. Call your weed man. Tell him like, no more, man. I'm done. You know. Call your coke man and tell him no more. I'm done, man. I'm giving up coke. You know what I mean? I'm done with it. No more hitting lines. Call your pill dealers. Tell them, hey, I ain't popping pills no more. It's done. I'm gonna be a professional driver now. You know? I know you guys like got a coworker that you suspect is on something, bro. Everybody got a coworker that suspect is on something. You know what I mean? Like they literally look like they just popped a couple pills, yo. But you know, we can't call people out like that, so we gonna leave it alone. You know? Like these supervisors, they be seeing everything, but they don't be seeing that. You know what? Let me leave that alone. Leave that one there alone. I'm just playing y'all. Y'all do what y'all want, man. Don't listen to me. Y'all keep smoking and drinking and do what y'all want. Don't mind me. I'm not doing that though. All right? So the last guy that got fired for weed in the system said he was rubbing CBD oil on his hurt knees. Not sure if I believe it. Hold on. So you telling me that CBD oil is so good that it got up in the bloodstream? Yeah, I don't think I can't buy that one, bro. Like, nah, man. Bro, he should have came with something better. He was probably embarrassed. He with a company for a long time, and he ended up getting fired for craziness, man. What's going on, Core? Bro, like I know quite a few drivers got fired from failed drug tests. You know, like drivers, we got to drive a straight line. Supervisors, they should get drug tests too, bro. Like it's not even fair. You know what I mean? They probably home right now, popping some pills, smoking, drinking, doing all type of craziness. You know what I mean? Trying to figure out who they gonna mess with tomorrow. I'm just joking, guys, but I'm serious though. Yeah. Oh man, I got me a I got me a steak. I'm about to put on the stove. Steak and gotta have me some steak and salad, man, for dinner. I never did this portion of steak before. It's called the let me tell you what it's called. Tell you what it's called. If you don't want the rest,
No.
you can throw it away then. Nobody else is gonna eat it unless your mom wants some.
Hey. Where?
Oh boy. Yeah, I got this what I got? Pop around steak. from Aldi's. About to throw this on the stove for like a couple minutes. Season this bad boy. Shout out to all the Aldi's delivery drivers. They get paid kind of weird, man. They get paid by the load, which is kind of weird for a grocery account or grocery. Weird to me because you delivering to a grocery store, like too much variable for you to be getting paid by the stop. You know? Too much variable. Type around. Huh? Huh?
What's that?
I don't know.
Let me see the ticket.
You get something for that? You get something? Oh, that's good too. They had that lunch. That's good too. They had that lunch. What is that? Here, y'all. I'm just cutting up my steak real quick. Cutting up my steak. Money. Oh, you, bring his chair, put it right there, please. Oh, you dispatch at 8 o'clock? That's a good time to get dispatched. Real good time. So you just driving today? You ain't touching no cases today? Come on. Oh, you changed your mind about the you changed your mind about the oh man, what is it? The correction officer? You going to Wyoming? You see the griddle pot? No.
It's gonna be in here.
It's in there.
Hmm?
Not in there. Bro, what kind of KFC you delivering to, man? How do you put it there? You got more sauce? No. Yeah, that's crazy. You said McLean should be teams? Yeah. Yeah, I think all overnight should be teams. Stuff like that for, safety and stuff like that, you know. Sit down. Sit down. I think like two people would be a lot more efficient in food service. You know what I mean? Yeah, yeah. About to cook me up some steak. Cook me up some steak. Or you say PLG paying a lot more? That's what's up, bro. Man, we ain't got no butter, bro. I'm to the butter. Mine. Mine. Come here for a second.